I'm Jonathan Thompson, an international travel writer on a mission to discover the most dynamic, adrenaline-fueled destinations on the planet. Come with me as I explore the world's best adventure cities. So, this is what it looks like down the rabbit hole. Welcome to Adventure Cities, where we've got every angle covered in Scottsdale, Arizona. How are you doing? Scottsdale's motto is the West's most western town, and there's no denying the relaxed, good time vibe in its boutique and gallery-filled old town. But look a little closer, and you'll also see an intriguing modern game-changer of a destination. From the driverless taxis on its streets, to Frank Lloyd Wright's legendary UNESCO World Heritage Site, Taliesin West. Design and art have always been prominent in Scottsdale, and a delightfully inventive example today is Wonder Spaces at Scottsdale Fashion Square, home to an impressive collection of immersive art, including this, which is called Rules. But this is art, so are there really any rules? It might be in the middle of the sun-drenched Sonoran Desert, but Scottsdale is far from dry. The food and drink scene here combines the best of the Southwest with culinary concepts worthy of any major metropolis, garnished with a twist of 1950s Hollywood glamour. Ballooning is always a great thing to do, and there are many awesome places in the world that you can do it. But Scottsdale is a particular treat. The fact that it's always sunny is not just good for your tan, it's also good for the conditions for flying. They managed to go up 300 days of the year.
Not a bad office view, huh?
That's fantastic.
It's hard to get much more connected to nature than being completely at our mercy. Winds have different directions at different altitudes, and the only way I steer is by changing my altitude.
So what's interesting is when you think about a pilot, you think about the guy flying your plane, but what I learned was that hot air balloonists are actually the original pilots.
The word pilot is derived from the name Pilâtre de Rosier, who was one of two of the first people to ever take flight in the history of mankind, which happened in 1783 in a hot air balloon.
At this time of the morning, I'm normally snoring rather than soaring over the Sonoran, but the early start energizes me and makes me even more curious to experience Scottsdale at ground level. When most people think about Arizona, they think about desert, and today I'm leaning fully into that. I've come out to Tonto National Forest, to the Four Peaks Recreation Area, and I'm going to be trying my hand at UTV driving, which is basically desert buggies, and they go very fast. Saddle up, cowboy. Chad from Stellar Adventures was the guide who took me out into the vast and wonderful Sonoran Desert, and he was the perfect driving instructor, completely unflappable. He just pointed me in the right direction and let me go for it.
JT drove this side-by-side today, amazing, very proud of him. The entire time he was really progressively faster and faster and faster, and sometimes I'm like, come on, JT, hit the gas, let's go. It's gonna get a little bumpy. Yeah! Doing good, bud. There are over 550 miles of trail in this particular area. The trails are 100% zero maintained, 100% natural. They change constantly, which is what makes customers come back over and over again, because every ride is different.
If you look around me, this is the desert, but it's so green, it's full of life. Not only is this a fun adrenaline rush, but it's also a great way of learning a little bit more about Arizona and the unique environment out here in the Sonoran Desert.
Following the trails through the towering cartoon-style cacti, we reached one phenomenal plateau, offering us breathtaking views for miles, including a humongous lake. And just to look at the view, take it all in and just... One of the things that happens when you're driving around the desert all afternoon is that you get a little bit thirsty. Your mouth gets a bit dry and you get a lot of dust in your throat. So what's the perfect way to deal with that? Well, is to go tequila tasting.
Yeah!
And Chad, of course, knew the best local spot for the perfect desert thirst quencher. A prickly pear cactus margarita.
Cheers, Chad.